yesterday we discussed in details. So if you have any doubt in that case, so that first of all we can clear the doubt, and we will be proceeding that clinical part. Okay, so if you have any doubt yesterday what we discussed, or if you have any other doubt in your mind or any other clarification which we needed, so you are most welcome. You can ask whatever you having any doubt or something. Now this is the session which you are opening in the beginning. You can clarify the doubt which you are having in the yesterday session. Okay, so please proceed. Yes, Basit, Dr. Abdul Basit, do you have any doubt?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
Students' attention level and the impact of COVID-19, how it will affect the students' attention level. Regarding that, I am planning to conduct one research project.
Okay. Student attention level. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Especially for that COVID-19. So
Yeah.
the thing is that the practicability, if you're thinking, first of all, they will ask you the significance of your study, because the COVID-19 is almost over now, and we are trying to forget the COVID-19 and its impact in our education system. Then now you are going to conduct a study on how was attention level. So the students, in what type of students you are planning? Is it school students or college?
College level students. At the time of COVID-19, most of the college students are approaching online teaching. After that online teaching, now all students are in a offline mode. But even though the teachers are facing different kinds of difficulties for their attention level, and students are not able to attend the real class, so how we can overcome that things? So whether is there any problem related to that? For that only
That means
we have.
what do you want to conduct a study? That means now at present the students are not able to concentrate in the class, isn't it? They're not attending the classes after COVID-19.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, that's a good topic. I thought you wanted to make it a study during the COVID-19 was attention level. Now it's okay. Now means you the feature this level you wanted to make it how this attention level uh, of the students after COVID-19. Okay. Now this period. Okay, this is a good study, but the thing is that you have to be justify your study with some literature. Is it any sufficient literature is available on this topic, or any study has been conducted, or anybody has proved that there is a problem in the attention level of students after the COVID-19? There should be, because it is experience. I, being a teacher, I can also experience most of the classes. The students are not interested to attend classes. Still, some students are staying at home, and most of the teachers are complaining. There is a very low attendance level in the classes. This is a reality. But the thing is that when you are saying it in the project form, we should have a proper literature which is proved or which have been study has been conducted on this regard, so that you can justify or you can make a background of your study. Because of this, you are going to conduct the study, and you will be coming out a solution how to solve these problems. So the literature you have to be collected for that. That's important.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that is very important. If you are not getting, because if I'm before I'm discussing, I would like to give some tips about if you are conducting these projects. The first tip, the tip will be to say when you are going to tell anybody if you are completing, you are going to make a proposal of your project. The first tip is provide an adequate content to your study by citing similar studies or some landmark studies. Okay, so if you are making that context of your study, or your the content of your study, you should make some landmark studies. Okay, what are the landmark studies? Some studies which will be conducted by some others, some people, or some studies which may be conducted by some PhDs or some other articles which is published on that topic. So that is very important point when the proposal should be given. Okay, if you are saying there is uh, a reduction or there is a increase in the absence of the class, okay, so more absenteeism is there in the class, so nobody is going to believe it. You should have some proof. That is the first tip any project will become. Okay, and another tips which will be there, such as similar studies when you are going to cite. So you should cite it more accurately. Okay, more accurately means whatever the studies will be conducted, you are making it, that you should be make a more accurate study. Okay, that means that you have to be explain in details that this person has been conducted the study, and this was a result of that particular study. Okay, and another tips for making a research proposal is you should stay focused on the research questions. Okay, whatever you are telling something about your background and you are preparing some research question is different, and you are preparing some hypothesis or sometimes objective you are preparing, it is no connection with your research questions. So that will create a very wrong impression of your research proposal. So whatever the research questions you are arising in the beginning, so based on that, you have to prepare your hypothesis, your objectives, and your all similar studies. It should be based on your research questions. Okay. Or and another thing is that this such type of studies, every study there are some limitations. Okay, we cannot conduct a study without any sort of mentioning the limitations. Because any research you are conducting, you cannot conduct a whole research. Okay, we have limitations. Limitation in the sense of geographical limitations, limitation in the sense of time. Okay, we cannot complete the timely we cannot complete. Sometimes that limitations of your study is where you can say timing, especially some academic sessions. You cannot make a study only for 1 or 2 months. That timing will be a very important factor for the data. So any limitations will be there. So that limitations you should mention there. So that it will give good impression that okay, the investigator or the researcher he should be having the knowledge about what is the strength and weakness of the particular study. Okay, and whenever you are making the argument, what do you say? For example, the boss is saying no, there is a less students are attending classes nowadays. So whatever you are making it, so that argument or whatever you are trying to prove in your research study, that should be based on the fact. Okay, simply you will say and writing, it would not give any weightage for your study. So there should be fact. Some points should be mentioned there. This are the tips which you can say. Or and one more thing is there. Suppose if you're conducting study, they will check your contribution, such type of studies. For example, I remember when you submitted a research proposal on knowledge management in libraries that for a UGC DRS project, which I submitted, I went for the presentation. So there one question was, or there one column was there. What is your contribution on that particular research area? Okay. So if you, I have some work. Luckily, I had some work on knowledge management. That is why we got easily that project. So suppose you are taking some sort of topics which is something very new to you. You don't have any sort of indirectly or directly any connection previously. No study has been conducted. So in that cases, there is a chances the industry that evaluator or that what we can say that group of experts, they will not give much interest to give the project to you. Otherwise, if you publish some articles in similar studies, or if you publish some sort of what we can say projects or some conferences or workshops, which is something related to that type of studies. So then they will give okay, he's having some previous experience of such studies, so he will be he will be able to complete the study, or he will be able to adequate experience is having. So there's a one chances are there. So when you are submitting your proposals, they will ask your publications. Okay, so that publications and other details. So you have to be give whatever the publications you publish related to that paper, that project. So that will be give more other advantage. Okay, so suppose I'm planning to do research on knowledge management. So better you give, or myself, I have to give some articles which I publish on KM, or which some articles which I publish in the form of a book chapter or workshop, or I presented a paper on knowledge management. Some previous experience will be there. So that is why your contribution on that topic will be also important. Not only direct to that same topic, but sorry, some similar topics which you have conducted, that you have to be mentioned there. Okay, and sometimes you will find in the projects budget. Okay, budget applications, we are making some sort of budget that I told yesterday, that different components which of a budget. Okay, so in that cases you will be asking for research staff and other things, and the nature, and there is a total because there is a one total sort of one confusion is there, and because of this disciplinary research, multidisciplinary teaching, and there is no particular group, what we can say. There is no particular restrictions of selecting subjects. So that is what I think Miss Pyle is mentioned. There will be record some very important pedagogical models. Whatever is followed now, okay, we have to be change that all pedagogical that systems. So it's a good idea, and you can think of you can propose something this proposes, and that type of things you can propose to the ICSSR. I think they will be considered. Especially, my suggestion is you have to include that national education policy, the
Yeah,
term.
definitely, I'm into studying the evolution of like the actually, my domain has been into architecture field, and I'm
Okay.
also teaching in an architectural college.
Mm.
So my domain is defined to architecture education, but then definitely I'm also studying the NEP policy, how it is interlinked and how it can be incorporated in architecture education, and along with that, also the evolution of architecture education. So both I'm taking into consideration, and then I'll decide on my exact area of domain, like research.
Yes, yes. So that's why I told you because now this difference because this architecture, civil engineering, and other lot of branches, different fields are there. So now what is going to be there? There's be interdisciplinary nature will be there. So it is a very good research is required now. How will we inculcate both that different structure of these engineering models into one, and how we can uh, manage the students of different disciplines in one point of view. So this NEP is playing very important role now. So any projects, with what my suggestion is, if you are putting any projects, the name of NEP, it will be attract uh, being the linguistic people, though, we can have some ethnographic studies, especially in this country like India, because thousands of languages people are speaking here. So with these languages, they are taking some particular language, which is having some national importance, or which is having some
Okay.
important, especially in the tribe areas and other places. So some ethnographic studies, if you recommend for some funding agencies, so they will also accept such type of work. So even you can apply for Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Education for the funding of the projects. And some projects you can apply for the European Unions. Okay, European Union also giving the funding. One of my colleagues, she is got a project around 400 crore or something Indian rupees from the European Union. Okay, so such type of projects you can having in your mind. So the international agencies, they are also ready to give funding, or that cultural exchange programs I told you, or Fulbright fellowships. Okay, that also it's a good what you can say, projects which you can take it up. Okay, or if you are not done your postdoctoral fellowship, you can apply for the postdoctoral fellowship in foreign countries. There you can do your postdoctoral fellowships. So there are many such opportunities, but as compared to earlier times, now India also not give much fund for this such type of projects. But we have to identify where the funding is available, and accordingly, without missing the opportunity, we
Absolutely.
yes, and the project ideas we should be ready with us. It's not like that when the project announcement will be there, we will be trying to prepare and to correct that project with proposal. We should think of even seeing the reading articles, etc. We should keep some sort of projects in your mind and try to prepare it. Whenever the project proposals are there, cultural exchange,
Yes.
then you just shoot it.
Yes.
So okay, then there will be no problem. We will
Mm-hmm.
be able to take it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kim, for sharing. Okay. So it's happy to know that you are having much interest in this project. Okay, so this project training, if you have any more questions, if you like. Okay, according then after the recommendation of that expert committee, they will be recommending a project and it will be sanctioned. And this is the ICSSR project. 8th is the last date for submitting the applications. So for that purpose, what you have to do, you should have a good research proposal with you, and you can claim for the 5 to 15 lakhs for the major research projects, and 5 lakhs for the minor research project. As I told you earlier, always you go for the major research projects so that you will have sufficient fund for conducting your research. And yesterday I mentioned there, when you are going for the budget, you have to remember this ICSSR, they having the budget like research staff, field work, equipment, contingency, publication report, and institutional overhead. So some sort of a percentage of grant has been divided here. For the research staff, it is not exceeding 45%. Field work not exceeding 35%. Equipment not exceeding 12%. Contingency 5%. Publications 5 to 6%. And the total that will be 100%. And apart from this 100% of the project, for example, you are applying for 15 lakhs for these projects. So that 5% of that projects, okay, maximum 1 lakh, they will be giving you as a overhead charges. Okay, it is for the overhead means for infrastructure facilities. Okay, so this is about that budget which have been divided in the ICSSR projects. Okay, as I told you, you can appoint part-time hiring people or part-time or full-time staff for your projects. But the thing is that you have to be justified why you need this type of people. And how much the project staff will be paid. Okay, so research associate 20,000 per month. The qualification is net PhD or net or MPhil or PhD, and research assistant is 16,000. That qualification again PhD, MPhil or postgraduate in social sciences, and the field investigator is 15,000. It is only for 6 months. Which ICSSR project? No, not like.
Assistant professors can possible to apply?
Yes, it is the eligibility is mentioned here. I'll just check it. I don't know. Earlier it was nothing. Now I don't know if they're making changes or not. This is eligibility. ICSSR Research Institute, national importance of all institutes they can apply. UGC institutes you can apply. Okay, project director and project will be there, and the professional social scientists who are regularly employed and retired as a faculty, UGC or ICSSR Indian University, deemed university, and processing a PhD is compulsory, and the publication book, research paper, report are eligible to study. Both the project director and the co-director must possess a PhD degree and a proven track record of high quality research as evidenced by the past studies, publications, and other academic background. Okay, so he should be that person should have a PhD or retired or regular working teachers they can apply, and PhD is compulsory, and he should have a good publications. Or government, senior government or defense officers, not less than 25 years of regular service, and a person with a proven social science expertise in possessing a PhD degree or equivalent research work in any social science disciplines and demonstrate research experience through publications of book and research can also apply. In case anybody don't have PhD, but he's a senior person and having good work, which is equivalent to a PhD, they can also apply. And individual scholars can apply to project at a time. However, in case both projects are selected, applicants will require to choose only one project. Okay, so both projects will be applied. So in my case, myself, for the applying for the Impress project, I applied two projects, and luckily I got both projects are sanctioned. Then ICSSR made one project, the given one project about the social media, which I conducted. That they sanctioned more amount that one, so I choose that project. So we can apply for two projects also. If you the screening, if the one is rejected, another can be selected. So nothing like that. This is some misconception which you are having. Only associate professors and professors can apply. It is not only any regular employed teachers or retired teachers can apply. That's the condition. Okay, anybody can apply for that. Only regular, retired, or employees of UGC or ICSSR institutes. But condition is only PhD is required and good publications. Okay, then here they will ask you how to apply. That only one attachment format is there that you have to take it to fill it up. Then you There was a revision. Okay. So in that cases, what will happen? You will be applying for that. So you'll get the screen. Okay, one when you're applying it, you will be finding like a dashboard will be visible. Once you log in it, you will get that dashboard. So all dashboard, your activities will be visible here. If you upload earlier some projects or etc., that will be visible in here. Organizing seminar, conferences, scientific registration, participation seminar, all details are. Okay, so which one do you applying for that? So application column is in left side. Okay, apply for major minor research projects. Okay, application for a publication grant, research methodology and capacity building program. Apply for cultural exchange program. Every applications you will find here. Okay, then that dashboard, if you applied earlier also, that will be here. Okay, so when you are applying for the major research projects, so that will be visible in this dashboard. So now you are going to apply for the projects. So you can click here for the apply major research projects. Okay, so you will be getting such a type of screen. Okay, you can select you are applying for the major research proposal or minor research proposal. Okay, so you can fill it up the details in these columns. Okay, so after filling it up, then you can go for the next columns, etc. Yes, filling up. Okay, so here you can fill it up. Then okay, so what project you are going to apply? So if it is a major project, your discipline, which is your discipline you are going to apply. So then applying in the library science, address of communication, entertainment department. Okay, so you can select the state, Uttar Pradesh, PIN 02001. Mobile number you can select. Same as communication address, same as date of birth, mother's name. They ask you for the clicker upload image. Okay. So this is a way you can first you can complete it, and you are asking for your educational qualification of the project director, your masters, MPhil, PhD, postdoctoral, research experience of a project director, okay, and fellowship guidance and importance, and the participation of research projects in the capacity, affiliation details of what we can say project co-directors. Okay, so these are things which you have to be filled it up. This is it will take much time, so I'm not going to fill it up. After filling it up, then it will be asking for your research proposals. Okay, next will be your research proposals. I think we have to fill it up all the field. Then only we can go for it. Okay, all these fields are required. So after completing it, you will be getting the record field. Then after that field, you have to be submit your research proposals. Okay, that proposal, what you have to do, you can see they were asking for your title, small abstract, and review of literature, significance of the study. Okay, let me check. Uh, what are they going to ask in this literature? It's not opening, but the thing is that you have to be consider after this saving your details. Let me, if you have time, you can let me make a dummy matter. Not opening. Okay, let me check that website. So, is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. This is a proposal which I given for Impress project last time. So this is actually just showing you can understand what is the concept which you can see. You have to give an introduction about your project. Okay, then you have to go for the review of literature. Small. There are two types of review literature asking. One is international, and there is a national. Okay, so some international reviews and national reviews you have to be provided, and that will be indicating that your research, there is a research gap. So in this ICSSR project, they will asking for the research gap. Then objective of your study, your methodology, how you will be conducting the study, what methodology will be going to be done. Okay, so you have to remember one thing: you have to be show some methodological data collection tools. Okay, impact scale, alternative tools, or interview, etc. And there is one question of innovativeness. Nowadays, any projects which you are applying, they will asking for innovativeness. What innovation is there? Okay, you will find it is an innovative one. So you have to justify how this will be innovative. And expect outputs. Okay, I told you yesterday there are difference in the outputs and outcomes. Output means your policy documents, books, research articles, etc. Then what is the study will give relevance to your society. Okay, so that is also you have to explain it. Okay, so these are things which have to be mentioned in your project one. Apart from this, your budget. So all these points you have to be take care of it. How this documents can be presented. Once you present all these things, then this expert have some questions. How you will be conducting and what methodology you will be using it and what is the benefit of it and how you will be compromised with the budget. So once you justifying it, so then automatically, obviously, once they calling for interview means you will be going to get that project. Okay, so these are things which you have to be we have to be prepare while you are submitting your ICSSR projects. Okay, so if you have any doubt or anything to clarify. Yes. Okay, thank you. I think there is no much doubt.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. There is no doubt, I think, sir. Or rest are left out. Okay, so Basit, you can try for your any project.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Because we have time now. 2 days you can submit. Take the permission
If I will have any doubt regarding this, I will call you, sir.
regarding.
Regarding this project's proposal submission.
Okay, okay. Or if you have doubt, you can ask. No problem. If
Okay,
you have
okay.
any doubt or
Thank
any clarifications required, you can contact.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Or over to Rafiq, Mr. Rafiq.
जी सर
So I think we can finish it now.
यस सर
These people, those who are they were more interested and they're having knowledge about, they have some ideas to conduct the projects. So I hope this workshop will be beneficial for you to formulate the idea of these projects. Okay, so I think we can conclude now.
यस सर if you have any doubt anyone so you can ask how many people here
Okay, thank you then.
We can, we can conclude
The Basit is saying if we have any doubt in future also, any problem or anything, so they can contact.
Yes. Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. और रफीक साहब कुछ आया है कुछ में वहां से? हेलो रफीक साहब